Do you want to sell your house but have no idea what it costs or where to start? Listing your home may seem overwhelming, but it's actually pretty straightforward once you know the process. I'm going to explain everything you need to know so you can stop worrying about selling and start focusing on all those offers you're going to get. Follow closely to the end so you don't miss the 6 important steps. First things first, let's get the cost of selling out of the way. Now, obviously, depending on where you're located, there could be additional costs, but I'm going to focus on the main ones. In Maryland, the seller is responsible for paying both the buyer's agent and the listing agent, which is referred to as a commission. A good figure to use for this is 5% because it's the most common, although that number could be higher or lower depending on what you negotiate with your realtor. If using 5% as your figure, most likely it's split 2.5% for the buyer's agent and 2.5% for the listing agent. Another fee usually incurred for the realtor is called an administrative fee, which is an admin fee for short. This is usually around $395 to $495 and is charged as a flat fee from the agent's brokerage office. The reason for this fee is the sheer amount of paperwork and manpower used in their office to process and store the documents from the transaction for a minimum of 5 years. After that, you'll be required to pay taxes to both the county that the property is located in as well as the state. Both the county and state taxes are determined by using a percentage rate of the purchase price of the home. Next, if you still owe money on your home to the lender, the remaining balance, called a payoff, will also be paid out of the proceeds of the sale. Any fees or interest will also be included in the payoff and will be adjusted the day you sell your home, meaning this balance will be paid up to the day of sale and there will be no charges incurred after. Additionally, you will have adjustments made at closing to ensure all the fees you pay to own your home are paid up to the day of closing. This can include, but is not limited to, property taxes, HOA or condo fees, front foot fees, ground rent, and water bills. Please remember, anything that you've already paid through a date that's after your closing will be reimbursed to you at settlement as well. The title company will also charge you some fees that vary depending on the title company that's being used. In Maryland, the buyers get to choose who the title company is. Usually, these fees have to do with paying off your mortgage immediately after closing. Normally, they're in the $200 to $250 range, although I've seen both higher and lower. Finally, the remaining charges you might incur would be related to any miscellaneous fees by your HOA or condo association if you have one. Sometimes these are transfer fees or document fees, and I've seen these range from anywhere from $50 to $200. It is important to remember these fees are only paid if your property actually closes, unless you've negotiated any retainer fees with your realtor. Now that we've gone over the fees that are charged to sell your house, let's go over the actual process with 6 steps. Once you have decided you're going to list your house, you'll have some decisions to make. First, figure out what your time frame is to sell. Do you have to sell immediately or do you have some time? Next, you need to decide where you're moving to. Do you need to buy another house? Are you moving out of state? Once you figure that out, you will need to determine your moving logistics. Are you moving out before the house is listed? Do you need to rent back after you sell? All of these things are super important for your realtor to know so they can plan for marketing and listing your property. Second, you need to find or call a real estate agent that you want to work with and set up an appointment for them to come to your home. With this, you're going to discuss all the decisions you've determined in step 1 with them. Using this information, give your agent a tour so they can figure out what work they will suggest for you to complete for the best return on your house. Remember, you need to inform them of any issues or repairs that you know are needed within your home. After that, you can talk about the best time to list your property. Finally, they can talk you through the moving strategy and how that would work for you. Third, take the suggestions your realtor has made for what repairs you need to make on your home and then complete them. This should always include decluttering and staging. Now, when I say staging, I don't mean bringing furniture in. I mean taking what you already have and making it work in the room as best you can. Make sure you organize your closets and kitchen cabinets because trust me, buyers look in there and they are judging you. Finally, deep clean your entire house top to bottom. I'm talking vents, fans, baseboards, windows, blinds, do it all. When people think your house isn't clean, they think you don't take care of it. And trust me, I get it. I have 2 kids. My house is never clean, but in this case, you just need to do it. Fourth, your realtor may already suggest this, but if not, make sure your curb appeal is on point. Have fresh mulch in all your flower beds. Paint your front door and shutters if they're faded. If your exterior trim is chipped, make sure it's painted also. Plant some green flowers or green shrubs if needed, and put out hanging baskets or flower pots. Buyers are judging your home when they walk up, so don't skip this step. Fifth, call your real estate agent back to your home for your final pre-listing meeting. During this meeting, show them everything you've done to your house and see if they have any requests for final touch-ups. Then you will discuss a listing price and a specific listing date. You can also ask them what their marketing strategy is going to be and how showings will work. Finally, you will figure out a date for professional photos and video if that's going to be part of your marketing strategy. Most likely, you will also sign a listing agreement or your agent will be sending you one after the meeting. And finally, the sixth is just touch-up items. Complete anything else your agent has asked you to do and make sure the house is clean before listing photos. Remember, before photos, take down any everyday clutter items like blenders or air fryers or toothbrushes. This will give your pictures a nice clean look. After that, your house will be ready to go and you can sit back and wait for those offers. But remember, keep it clean. So to recap, number 1, figure out listing details like time frame and moving plans. Number 2, have your meeting with your realtor. Number 3, get your house ready to list. Number 4, complete curb appeal. Number 5, have your final pre-listing meeting with your agent. And number 6, complete touch-up items and listing photos. Now that you know what it costs to list your home and the process, you should watch my next video, 5 ways to prepare your home for showings. When a buyer comes to see your house, it's your only chance to convince them to buy it. So how you present it to them can completely make or break the sale. I will show you exactly how to make your house look perfect and even how to do it quickly when you get a dreaded last-minute showing. As always, if you have any questions about the material I've covered in this video or anything related to real estate in general, please don't hesitate to reach out.